Hello Gear Junkies, this is Drew Krag with GearWire.com with a new segment called Home Studio Workshop, and I've opened up my doors to my project studio to GearWire.com to show them the types of devices I've been using in my studio on a very, very low budget. And this is a very common scenario for a lot of musicians going producer out there, a lot of people who have been producing on their own for obviously themselves. They don't have large budgets to work with. So I'm going to show you a couple pieces of gear today that I've been working with for years that have just done a lot of great work for me. So the first one I want to introduce you to is right here. It's the Yamaha 4416 16-track digital workstation. It's got a 40 gigabyte hard drive inside of it. It's basically kind of like a Yamaha digital mixer with a hard drive. You can record up to 16 channels at once. Right into this unit, and the reason I bought this is a bit out of date, let me mention. I got this back in 2001, and I was just completely sick of my computer crashing on me. Happened so many times, and I lost data and all that, and I was done with that. And instead of going out and buying a 2-inch tape machine, I went out and bought this, mainly because it's just really stable. It has a Linux operating system, which it's never crashed on me in 5 years, so it's just been a great unit all around. I'm going to walk you through the various features of this. For starters, there's about 1 million buttons on this thing, so let's just get started with the fader section. Features 17 automated faders, so they all move independently. You can automate them as well to move in any way you like. Right here is how you control your fader section, this little square right here. You have 8 auxiliaries. Auxiliary 7 and 8 are your effects. It has probably 20 or 30 different effects built into it, which are actually pretty decent. If you go to home, here's all your recorded tracks, all 16 of them going all the way across. If you hit 1 through 16, here's your first 16 inputs into the unit. And then there's also 17 through 24, and then your 2 effect returns. So that basically covers your mixer section, and obviously we have our master fader here at all times. For each channel, you have a selection button. As you can see, these channels have been linked together. That's an option you have for every single channel. So as you can see, each channel has a very nice view of, you have your EQ, dynamics, your compression or gate. You can put a delay on the channel. You also have all 8 auxiliaries and the level going to the auxiliary. As you can see, you have your pan and your routing, so you can bus your channel to the recorder section if you'd like. Also, you have fader groups, mute groups, and here's where you can pair it up so that the fader is locked. And of course, also you have your levels at the top. If I hit play, you're going to see some levels appear. As I move across, each channel, whether it's mono or stereo, has its own little view in which you can change parameters and such. If you hit the EQ button on the desired channel you'd like to change the EQ on, you have your shortcut buttons here that allow you to sculpt the EQ, which is very similar to a mixer. So this is actually a really quick function and a very easy way to change your EQ on the fly. Even if you're like using this board for a live performance or something like that, this would really come in handy. And there's also a shortcut to the pan. This knob over here, we have the pan, which will allow you to pan from left to right. Pretty straightforward, but it's nice that it has the shortcut because that'll save you a lot of time. And the one thing about this unit that's great is we don't have to click on anything. It does have a mouse, as you can see. I don't ever touch the mouse. I can get to everything by pushing all these buttons. So let's talk about a few more of these buttons. If you hit the DYN button, which stands for dynamics over here, for this channel, you can see I have some compression put on the channel. It's got your standard compression settings that you'd find in any compressor. Now if I push the library tab, now as you can see on the display, there's all these different tabs we can select from, and these function buttons will allow us to select through them. The library tab has all your presets, so you have your gates and your limiters and everything that you'd need. Pretty standard, but it's nice to have all that on the fly. If you move over to your pan section by pushing the pan button, this is how you can route your channel from the input channels over into the bus so you can record it into the actual hard drive.